Alright guys, it's time for another super exciting devlog. I got a new laptop, got a new computer because all my shit cropped out. Super exciting. Alright, let's talk about it. I have slowly moved into Pygame now. My game is now no longer surely terminal based. So we're going to talk about some of the new features. First of all, this is Pygame right here. This is the weight, the height, the colors, everything you need to know. This is my drawing and everything. But anyways, what we're going to do is we're going to hit play. Now this is far from being fully implemented, but it works pretty good. We're going to hit play. Alright, look at that, guys. The game actually has a name. It's called Journey to Winterhaven, A New Champion Rises. Here, you can go New Game, Letterboard, or Quit. Quit works, Letterboards does not work, New Game works. I'm still working on the code on this, but we're going to go New Game. This automatically loads up the old terminal version because I haven't actually connected the two. But it's a connection. It's awesome. Here we actually have new game, local leaderboard, global leaderboard. And then the new thing I added, which is learn basic Python. It's very, very basic. But if you're interested in learning Python because the game is made in Python, there you go. Quick little course. But you got to actually beat the game first. At least one mission through. So anyways, here we go. Let's check out local leaderboard. This is saved directly to your system. So, you know, if you don't have internet access, you can still see your scores and compete with yourself. This is all the people who play. It's mainly me and my wife. But this is my top 10 local leaderboard. We got currently female test ranked as S because the score was a little funky. It's been upped. But there you go. Highest score done by a female, of course. Umbra is just my guy. And you just see all these different games that keeps record of the top 10. All right. Even more interesting, let's go back there, local leaderboard. Oh, this is all of them. Okay. Let's check out global leaderboard. This is where your scores will be saved as long as I upload a score at least once a week. Because I'm using Supa, and I'm using the free because I don't have lots of money. And yeah, I just got to make sure I get at least one score up a week or else it closes down to restart it. But here we go. 3 for global leaderboard. This gets a little more interesting. It only defaults to warrior. This is a warrior scores. Should be the warrior scores. Some of these are older scores. That's probably where they're there before I update everything. But anyways, so this is supposed to be all warriors. Gives you the score for warriors. That's the average game. That's the difficulty the game is played on. But if you want to, I also have a new difficulty called noob, which is for beginners. We hit 1, we go to here. This is the noob leaderboard. There you go. It's just noob 1, noob 2, noob 3, all this different stuff. Dark champion. These are the different titles you can get. But you see an S, an A, an A, an F, an F, an F. I got a lot on that one. Alright, so that's that. Let's see champion. Champion is the difficulty I play on because I want a challenge. And here we go. This is where female test comes in at top tier at SS. As you can see, I do a lot of just calling myself tester. But that is how that works. There's actually a 4th mode if you're interested. I call it debug mode. You can simply type in the exclamation mark and debug at almost anywhere in the game, and you access the debug menu. From here, the game realizes that you have access debug, and it has a whole different scoring system. So you can see how badly you can actually break the game. This is actually kind of funny. I got coward rank because I accidentally ran from the fight when I meant to continue on. But I was in debug, so it's kind of cool. I don't do it very often, but if it's something you want to try it out. Alright, super exciting. Getting back to the game, let's go back. Menu. Alright, let's start a new game. That's all the new basic stuff. New game. This is where our difficulty is set. We got noob, warrior, and champion. Alright, guys, back to difficult. There is actually a difference in difficulties. It kind of gives you a breakdown right here, as you can see. Noob, warrior, champion. That's how that works. You get less. The enemies get weaker, you get less gold if you do them blind. Noob, warriors is what the game's meant to be played at, and then champions is what I plan because the game's too easy for me because I know all the mechanics of it. But here you go. It's very interesting. Just to kind of show you how this all works, let's jump into equipment. Okay. I'm gonna kill this terminal for a second. Alright. This is how the graph works. This is how it determines difficulty. Everything's based on like rolling and that sort of thing. So, yeah. The higher you play, the more things that happen. You get better rewards. In fact, on noob, you're limited to, I think, only uncommon, because you can get poor, normal, uncommon items. On warrior, you can get up to rare. On champion, you can get up to epic. And this is how the game kind of determines how everything's set. At champion difficulty, poor items are gone. They're kind of weak, they're pointless in your plan. This kind of difficulty, it needs to be worth it. So as you can see here, it tells you the breakdown of how things work. If monsters levels equal 3, if monsters level equals 2, else 50, 80. This is all the different tiers of monsters. So starting tier 1, which is regular monsters, you got a 50% chance at normal, 30% uncommon, and 20% at rare. When you fight tier 2 monsters, odds increase, 40% normal, 30% uncommon, 30% rare, and at tier 3, 30, 30, and 40. That's how that works. And then you just, it's random chance. But the harder the difficulty, the better chance you are to get better loot. And you can buy better loot also in the store. This goes into Warrior. As you can see, the numbers change a little bit. Same thing, monster levels. I don't know why it says greater than equal. It's kind of funky. I do a lot of AI coding, so it's not quite perfect. It could be cleaner for sure. But there you go. That's also the breakdown of the odds of getting gear when you play on normal. And this is just default to new difficulty. As you see, you got a higher chance at poor gear, you know, because you're playing on the easiest possible difficulty. So I don't think you should reward. I think you should just learn the basics. But here you go. That's how my system works. That's how it, based on difficulty, determines what kind of loot you get, which is pretty cool. All right. Let me see here. Let's start this game. I did add male and female sex in here. We're gonna go new game. Let's go champion, because I was playing champion. Alright, we'll do full breakdown. This is something extra you can do. I do all the time to make sure the numbers are being right, but you don't have to. It's more of a debug tool. But if you want to see, you want to be more strategic, it breaks down everything, how the damage works, so you can kind of see how it's all working behind the table and how everything adds up. Alright, here we go. Here's our little story. Alright, now you choose your sex. You want to be male or female. There is differences. If we choose male, we get a little more attack, a little more HP. If we choose female, we actually get a little less HP, but the attack is a little more base, so it's 2 to 4 instead of 1 to 6. Also, females get 1 defense instead of 0, and they start with 4 AP instead of 3. If you don't know AP, it's how you use your special moves. So there you go. Super exciting stuff. Here we go. What's your name? We'll just push enter. It defaults to Umbra. But you can put any name you want, as long as it's not naughty. Because I do have a little checker that I added a while ago, Privilege checker, that makes sure that, I mean, it doesn't do that good of a job, but at least it tries to keep bad words out from being in the leaderboards. Alright, this is all the story, getting my stuff, super exciting, awesome, okay. The forest deepens, by day 4, here we go. And then here is actually new dialogue I added. Okay, there's some more dialogue. We are going to accept our fate. It's just multiple choice. We're getting growled at. We are going to cower. Alright. You get a little XP from this. That's fun. Night falls. Tournament starts. This is our champion. We lost some HP because they went first. They blinded me, little dudes. But I really want to show off my XP bar. It's a new library I've been using. So anyways, let's go ahead and kill this guy. Let's go to special. Oh, I don't have any skills. I'm a slacker. Okay, let's attack. Alright, let's attack again. Let's attack again. The bars are new. They're kind of a little more nasty. As the HP goes down, they change colors. If I die by young goblin, I swear. No, I won't die. It's fine. Alright, we got our loot. As you can see, it's normal. Because actually, and the first thing, you have an increased chance of getting the slightly higher tier loot. But anyways, yes, I want that new weapon. We're going to equip it. Alright, yes, we have a walking stick. Now we're going to get rid of the walking stick. You see this going up? Very cool. New XP bar. Eventually, if you actually gain a level, it gets all shiny and white, which is pretty cool. But there you go. Super exciting stuff. What else are we going to talk about? Size effects, something that I had for a long time was not in the game. It affects the player, but it did not affect the monster. So I was doing stuff like poisoning them or paralyzing them and stuff, and then they end up not losing their turn. I'm like, well, this doesn't make any sense. Turns out it was latent bug from a long time ago, or maybe it was just on the Fallen. But anyways, now side effects do work on the actual enemy. Alright, here we are going to go to debug menu. This is when it switches mode. You'll see it as soon as I actually enter it. Oh, fine. Continue to next opponent. Doesn't even work everywhere. Works almost everywhere. Almost everywhere, but not quite everywhere. No, it's... There we go. And it tells you you activated debug mode. Okay, cool. Here's where you can give yourself all sorts of stuff. All sorts of cool stuff in here. But what we're going to do is we're actually going to go to the interlude. This is where my biggest system now is in. It's the crafting and that sort of stuff. Alright. Yes. Alright, I have 3 gold. I can't do much. But here, you can get gold for winning your fight. You can get a level in something. You can talk to merchants and you can talk to crafters. Let me give myself some gold so I actually can show you guys some cool stuff. Let's give myself gold. Super fun. Oh, let's give myself 500 gold. You don't need that much gold, but why not? Alright. 22. Exit debug menu. Alright. Here we can go to merchant. The crafter is what I'm most interested in. Because here you can browse components, you can browse recipes, you can suck items into gear, you can sell components, and you can cure pelts. So here, we're going to browse component stocks. As you see, we got wolf, and dire, and sacks, and components, and reinforcement crystals, and tusk upgrades. I think I might need to get rid of that, because that might now be in actually 3. I don't think tusks work anymore. Don't have any, yeah, but it might be in 3. I'll double check that. But anyways, here you can buy stuff like sell components. No. Browse components. We can browse reinforcement crystals. And you can buy stuff. Normal defense crystals, poor defense crystals. It just kind of varies based on each run. But we will go ahead and buy a normal defense crystal, sure. Yes. Alright. Main menu. And now we actually can socket items into... Actually, we need to buy something. We need to leave. We need to go to the merchant. We need to get to armors and shields. Let's buy the second armor. Super exciting. Yes. Fine. Yes. Equip it. Back to merchant. Leave merchant. Back to crafter. Alright. Now we can socket items into your gear. So we'll hit 3. We're doing it into armor. And normal frost iron critless says it's for defense and it has 1 slot available. So we select 1. And then we select 1 for the socket. And we can add a normal defense crystal in there, which increases your defense by 1. But to show you what's going on here, this is actually all in crafter. It's all in equipment. It's all in crafter. That's right. Let me kill the terminal again. Alright. This is how kind of everything works. It's a lot in here. But, yeah, you do get a slight decline if you socket stuff in there, like crystals and stuff. They get a 0.75% decline. I might change that. I wanted it mainly for, like, some of the more powerful items you can get, like javelin and tusk and that sort of thing. So that might change. But these are all the sockets into weapons. Poison, fire, acid, javelin and tusk, sharpened tusk, and soul pendant. And this is what can be socketed into armor. You can get wolf pelts, you can cure them. Poison sex, fire sex, acid sex, javelin test, sharpen, all sorts of fun stuff. So you can create kind of spiky armor. When you put something in there, it gives you a nice buff. So you put a javelin tusk inside your armor, and now the enemy hits you and takes bleed damage. Or you put a soul pendant inside your armor, and the enemy attacks you, and you drain a little bit of their life. Then you get healed for a little bit. And then we have resistance also. That was one of the other big systems I worked on. The higher the tier of item you get, the more resistant it is to elemental damage. So if you get an acid sac and it's rare, your damage from acid damage is reduced by 40%. So that's kind of how that works. You can't get anything past epic right now because I haven't had higher difficulties, but still a 50% epic reduction in elemental damage is pretty cool. But that's what's going on. That was a really big system that I had a really fun time making. And I wanted to expand it a little farther, I think, and so that if you wear certain acid sacs or certain stuff that gives you resistance to elemental damage, eventually it will unlock a skill where you can just passively take less damage from that elemental, so you don't always have it equipped. But there you go, guys. That is pretty much what's been going on. The one other thing I was going to show off, because why not, is this amazing file. Check out these amazing pictures, guys. This is my amazing artwork. I know you guys are jealous of how skilled I am. So skilled. To see it on a bigger scale, this is my second scene. I don't want to go live on Discord. Freaking go away. This is my beautiful pine tree, and this is actually the intro before I had Pygame come and make the text. So I know it's not perfect, but that's how it's looking. Alright guys, let me know what you think. Leave comments down below. I just released version 7.19. I'm now working on version 8.02. It's on Rope, I haven't updated Rope this month. I gotta update that. But it is on itch. It is free. If you want to support me, awesome. If you just want to try it out, awesome. It is an executable. Some people don't like that. I understand. Eventually, I'm told that Pygame is actually pretty good, so that I can make the whole thing in Pygame and then do something so that it becomes a web game, which is what I want, so people can actually play it without having to click on download. Which I understand. Downloading stuff you don't know is honestly, you got to be careful. This stuff is safe, but still good to be careful. And there's also the Rope version, which will probably be linked in the video, and that one is also a web version. It's slightly different, same game, slightly different. So you can check that one out, give it a shot, tell me what you think. Alright guys, well thank you for taking time to watch this video. Let's get back to coding. Bye guys!